The final ultimatum that King Charles issued regarding William and Catherine's son, which was influenced by Camilla, was issued. King Charles is claimed to have offered a final ultimatum for Prince George's future at the Sandringham vacation on New Year's Eve, which marked a royal schism that surprised Prince William and Princess Catherine. This was reportedly done as a result of Camilla's request, according to a source within the royal family. There are rumors that King Charles has given Prince William and Princess Catherine a final warning over the future of their eldest son, Prince George. This warning is said to have been conveyed by King Charles. The turn of events that has taken place is one that has taken everyone by surprise. During a celebration of the New Year in Sandringham, the tension reportedly reached a higher level, according to a person who is familiar with the situation. This year, Prince George will turn 12 years old, a big milestone that, in King Charles' opinion, demands him to adhere to a traditional royal custom. As a result, the young prince will be attending a prestigious boarding school. Prince George will turn 12 years old this year, making this year a significant milestone for him. However, this command has led to a huge controversy within the royal family, pitting the traditional perspective of the king against the modern parenting approach of the Prince and Princess of Wales. This disagreement has resulted in a significant conflict. Adding to the complexity of the situation is the fact that there are rumors circulating that Camilla's advisor has expressed support for King Charles' position. The strain that is already existing is increased as a result of this. According to reports, Prince William and Princess Catherine have been enraged as a result of Camilla's involvement, or what they consider to be interference. Within the context of their family, they view the issue of their son's education to be a matter of great personal and intimate concern. The sensitive relationships that exist within the royal family have been brought to light as a result of this new development, which has given a new layer of difficulty to a situation that was already complex and challenging. In addition, King Charles has made it clear that he expects Prince William and Princess Catherine to take measures to ensure that Prince George and his siblings are no longer traveled in the same vehicle. The stress level of the situation has increased as a result of this new development. Such a request is in accordance with the severe traditional traditions of the royal family, which emphasize the necessity of protecting the line of succession by effectively separating heirs while they are traveling. This request is being made in accordance with these rules. It would appear that William and Catherine are struggling with sadness as a consequence of the increased formality that is being placed on their contacts with their family as a consequence of this restriction, which is grounded on concerns for their safety. For the purpose of ensuring that their children continue to have a feeling of normalcy, they have discovered that the pleasure of traveling together as a unified family has been an essential component in achieving this goal. There is a substantial amount of weight that tradition should carry. There is a direct connection between King Charles's preference for a traditional education and his own upbringing, as well as the long-standing traditions of the British monarchy. This is because King Charles was raised in a traditional environment. After attending Cheam High School for a while, Charles went on to attend Gordonstoun High School in Scotland, following in the footsteps of a great number of other royal heirs who had gone through the same process before him. These institutions, which are well known for their stringent discipline and emphasis on fortitude, had a significant role in the development of Charles's character and principles. Boarding school is more than just an academic environment for Charles. It acts as a unique learning environment. It is a crucible for the development of independence, discipline, and a strong sense of responsibility, all of which are qualities that he finds to be crucial for a future king. He believes that these qualities are essential for a future king. During his time at Gordonstoun, Charles encountered a great deal of physical difficulty and often found himself isolated from other people. On the other hand, he later stated that the event had a tremendous impact on the development of his character. This concept serves as the basis for his ambition to see Prince George succeed in following a path that is analogous to his own. In his view, it is a rite of passage that serves to prepare those who would succeed him or her for the particular difficulties that come with being a member of the royal family. In addition to his own personal convictions, the king is concerned about the future of the monarchy. He believed that George would be able to develop the resilience that would enable him to deal with the scrutiny and commitments that would come with his future career if he were to attend a boarding school because of the tough and structured environment that would be present there. As far as Charles is concerned, this is not merely a question of education. Rather, It is a requirement for leadership that all individuals must possess. One of the most modern approaches to parenting is this one. In stark contrast, Princess Catherine and Prince William push for a parenting style that is more current. They believe that this is the best way to raise their children. Due to the fact that they are very involved parents, they place a higher importance on maintaining a balanced lifestyle, maintaining the unity of their family, and maintaining psychological well-being than they do on sticking to traditional customs. Despite the fact that they are members of the royal family, they adhere to a parenting style that is representative of modern principles, since it lays a focus on the relevance of fostering a feeling of normalcy and uniqueness in their children. This is despite the fact that they are members of the royal family. She has been a great supporter for the significance of having an environment that is both emotionally nourishing and grounded, and Catherine in particular has been a major advocate for this. According to reports, she and William have taken precautions to shield their children from the harmful effects of excessive public attention, establishing limitations for their children, such as restricting the amount of time they spend in front of screens and encouraging them to participate in activities such as gardening and cooking is one of the strategies that are included in these measures. Their goal is to provide George, Charlotte, and Louis a childhood that is typical of their generation. In addition, Catherine presents a modern perspective that takes into account the educational system. It has been reported that she has a vision for George's educational journey that places equal weight on the development of his ability for empathy and personal growth, as well as the achievement of academic success. By attending a day school rather than boarding school, which would cut him off from the environment of his family, George would be able to maintain a greater connection to his family and his own life. This would allow him to maintain a better connection to his own life. Catherine believed that in order to be an understanding and approachable queen, one must first have a well-rounded and balanced growth. The approach that is being followed is compatible with Catherine's notion that these qualities are necessary. Prince William is attempting to strike a balance with this. Due to the fact that he is caught between the traditional ideas of his father and the modern approach that his wife brings to the table, Prince William plays a crucial part in this debate. The unique perspective that he is able to provide is a result of the fact that he has had his own personal experiences. William, like his father, attended boarding school, first at Ludgrove and subsequently at Eton College. This experience played a vital part in molding his understanding of the significance of duty and the value of maintaining traditions. His relationship with Catherine, on the other hand, has had a tremendous impact on his approach to parenting, which is a combination of historic royal traditions and contemporary ideals. In his public utterances, William has frequently emphasized the importance of protecting his children from being exposed to undue strain. He has also made statements about the significance of spending time with his family and maintaining good mental health. In order to offer George with a balanced approach that will allow him to have a reasonably normal upbringing, while yet preparing him for the responsibilities that come with being king, it is his mission to equip George with this method. In light of the fact that William is both a future monarch and a modern parent, this duality is a representation of the challenges that he faces in his life. The advisor that Camilla has in the organization plays an extremely important function. It has been suggested that the presence of Camilla's advisor has contributed to the deepening of the fissures that exist within the royal family. It is believed that Camilla's team has demonstrated a substantial amount of support for King Charles's conventional viewpoint, which views boarding school as an essential part in the process of preparing Prince George for his future position. It is sources that have provided this information. William and Catherine have become aware of this endorsement, which they consider to be an infringement on the decisions that they make on their parenting. The sources indicate that William and Catherine are incensed because they perceive Camilla's interference as an attempt to undermine their authority as parents. This has caused them to feel outraged. The significance of the conversation is further heightened as a result of this. The complicated link that exists between power and influence inside the royal household is brought into sharper relief as a result of this additional strain. The decisions that are made about personal matters frequently have repercussions that extend further with regard to the dynamics of the family and how the general public views them. Among members of the general public and those who follow the royal family, the disagreement on George's future has caused a significant amount of controversy. It is asserted by those who are in favor of King Charles that the power of the monarchy is derived from the fact that it is so unwavering in its trust in tradition. According to their argument, If George were to receive his education at a boarding school, he would be equipped with the self-control and resiliency necessary to navigate the challenges that come with living a royal life. The majority of those who subscribe to this point of view are of the opinion that tradition is the cornerstone upon which the monarchy's enduring legacy is built. Supporters of Catherine and William's approach argue that a more contemporary upbringing would result in a king who is more reachable and adaptable to changing circumstances. They believe that if George places his emotional well-being and his uniqueness at the center of his priorities, he will be better prepared to deal with the ever-increasing demands of the general public, as well as the challenges that come with living in a world that is constantly evolving. It is important to consider this position for those individuals who feel that the monarchy will place a high importance on authenticity and personal connection. Within the realm of royal specialists, this is a widely debated subject. According to Robert Lacey, a historian who is well known for his insights into royal life, King Charles's dependence on tradition stems from his confidence in the monarchy's status as a stabilizing institution. Lacey is considered to be one of the most influential historians in the field. According to Lacey, it is of the utmost importance for Charles to ensure that the integrity of royal principles is preserved through his actions. As far as he is concerned, boarding school is an essential component in the process of training future kings to take on the obligations that come with the position of monarch. A psychologist by the name of Dr. Jane Andrews, on the other hand, places a significant amount of importance on the significance of a child's emotional well-being in the process of shaping their leadership characteristics. Having a well-rounded upbringing that fosters emotional intelligence and a sense of personal identity is, according to her thesis, a crucial component of a healthy and successful life. In order for Prince George to be able to fulfill his future role as king, it will be vital for him to not just be resilient, but also to have the ability to connect with people on a level that is genuinely human. The bigger ramifications should be considered. The dispute that has arisen around George's educational background serves as an example of a more basic problem that the British monarchy needs to address. Should it maintain its traditions despite the fact that the times are changing, or should it adapt to the changing times? The posture that King Charles has taken reflects a dedication to the preservation of the historical history of the monarchy. On the other hand, the attitude that Catherine and William have taken indicates that there may be a change toward an institution that is more modern and approachable. A generational divide exists throughout the royal family, and this conflict is a direct reflection of that divide. In stark contrast to the younger royals, who place a greater emphasis on individualism and mental health, Charles's confidence in the transformative power of tradition stands out as a significant difference. The conclusion of this conflict will have an impact on George's future and will establish a standard for his subsequent achievements. Ongoing efforts are being made to find a middle ground. This challenging situation is currently being worked through by the royal family, and as they do so, the concept of achieving a compromise emerges as a potential alternative that may be pursued. For the purpose of establishing a balance between the advantages of a conventional boarding school education and the contemporary ideals that Catherine and William uphold, a hybrid approach has the potential to incorporate aspects of both points of view. Choosing a school that places equal importance on academic rigor, emotional well-being, and personal development, in addition to placing equal importance on intellectual performance, is one possible technique that might be implemented. More than just a disagreement inside the family, the disagreement regarding Prince George's educational background is more than just a disagreement, a manifestation of the ongoing struggle that the monarchy is going through to establish a balance between tradition and modernity. This is a manifestation of that struggle. The choices that George's parents and grandparents are getting ready to make will have an impact on his own personal development, as well as the public's perception of the royal family. Whether the monarchy continues to be rooted in its historical beginnings or develops to meet the demands of modern society, there is one thing that is certain. The decisions that are made today will have an effect on the future of the institution for many generations to come. This is true regardless of whether the monarchy continues to be rooted in its historical origins or develops to fit them. It will be a defining milestone in the ongoing journey of adaptation and survival that the royal family is on, and it will be determined by the manner in which they choose to approach this matter. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Please share your opinions with us, and for the time being, we will say our goodbyes. We will